Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hello. Yes, it seems like we are
hello.
live. We are live. Hello, guys. It's been a while. This is Joyce. Welcome to the Mentor Network. I know I've been saying I'm coming live, but today I've come. Not only that, I have a guest who I'll be introducing shortly. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. As you know, here at Mentor Network, we want to inspire you, we want to mentor you, and that's why today I brought you a very special guest. Her name is Joyce, and I'll introduce her shortly. And she works with prisoners. So we will be focusing on how we can avoid a situation where you find yourself a prisoner, where you end up in jail. And if you're in jail, what you can do to make your situation better. But that's not an area I have expertise in, and therefore I brought Joyce. So without wasting too much time, let me bring Joyce here so she can introduce herself. Hey, hi Joyce. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, you can hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Oh, great. Our listeners, this is Joyce, and now let her introduce herself and tell us what she does.
Oh, hi. How are you? My name is Joyce Mungai, and I live in Kenya, and I am a reverend, ordained pastor, and I do evangelism in prisons. So I am heart to heart with the prisons in Kenya. So I am a permit holder, preaching in prison, mentoring the prisoners, taking care of them in this way or the other, because there are too many things that we will continue to tackle, because there are so many areas that I work in there. Because also I deal with the staffs. We have something we call the staffs breakfast. We mentor them, we talk to them, and they change their lives in this way or the other. And also I work with a program called Generous Heart Foundation, dealing with drugs and addiction and substance abuse to the youth. So we have so many youth that are in drugs and hard drugs and substance abuse. This is what I do day-to-day life, and I still do reintegration to the families.
Okay.
There are so many people out there who are lost with their family because of anger and so many things that have caused people to depart from their families. So I am there to reintegrate with them with their families, maybe a son with the mother, a son with the father, a son with the sister, a sister with the brother. This is what I do day-to-day life.
Oh, Joyce, thank you so much. That is such a noble cause. So you mentioned about drug abuse and also about prison. So are those two things tied up?
Yeah, they are tied up, because right now, if I will take, I thought I sent you some pictures from the juvenile, because in the juvenile we have so many cases that influence the youth to be in crime. Right now, they are, maybe the youth are using the hard drugs, like cocaine, like heroin. They are very expensive. They find themselves like they are stealing. They are used by the cartels to sell those drugs, and they find themselves in conflict with the law. So at the end of the day, you'll find that person in jail.
Oh my. So so we are saying getting into drugs can really land you in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. And why is it so hard for youth to avoid drugs? It looks like it's very prevalent nowadays.
according to my research and according to their to them, because we have one-on-one talk, I am the mother to them, so they always open up to me. So one thing I would say, it's like there is too much of disinfection or in the families, like separation, like death also causes this kind of problem. Like you find like the parents died and there is nobody who is taking care of the kid.
Okay.
And maybe the kid is at the teenage age, so it's a very risky age. When and also I have found that there are some youths, their mothers or their families or their fathers, they are abroad.
Oh, okay.
When they leave their children behind, nobody is taking care of them, nobody is there to mentor them. Anybody is of self-interest of what you are sending or what you have, but it's not the interest of this child.
Wow.
So unapata because of the wrong parenting, like huyu mtoto hakuna mtu anamuuliza what he or she is doing.
Okay.
She will engage herself because the mother is sending money, and maybe she or he will send a portion of money to this child. Okay. So at the end of the day, the child will take that money and go to the to clubs and go to other youths, and they'll start influencing each other. So you'll find so many cases. In fact, I have a couple of children. They tell me that their mothers are in Dubai, in Saudi, in Qatar, like this. And at the end of the day, you'll ask them, why don't you arrange with your mother that you stay in your family? No, because the parenting in that family, it's not good at all. They are humiliated, they are frustrated, so they look for a way to rescue for themselves.
Wow, that really made me think, because a lot of us, that touches a lot of us here who are in diaspora, and sometimes you come and you leave your kid, and not because you want, but because you're not able to take the kid with you at that time. So that is a very sad situation. So what can you advise mothers or even fathers or families who are coming to diaspora and leaving their children behind?
According to my view and according to my research and my opinion, because I am also a victim, I was once out of the country and I left my children over 10 years, and the situation was not working with them very well. So I found that my children were so desperate. It had taken me about 7 years to bring them back to me.
Wow. Okay.
So it was not easy. So when you are planning to go out of the country, first of all, think, whom are you leaving your kids behind with? Do you trust this person in parenting? Yeah, this is the first question. Do you trust your sister in parenting? Do you trust your mother in parenting? Is your mother of her own interest? Is your relative of her own interest? Or the interest is about your kids?
You also talked about...
Because when people hear... Yeah?
You talked about sending money directly to the kid. Is that a good idea? If you are here and I'm a mother, I have a kid in Kenya, should I send that money directly to a child? Okay.
In one way or the other, especially when the kid is in school or when they are schooling, you have to send the money to the guardian. You don't have to send the money direct to the children, because when you send 10,000 to that child, and she or he don't have anything to use with the money. Now what you are doing is exploiting the child.
Yes. You might think you are doing good. You might think you are loving the child by...
No, you are not doing good at all. And right now, the generation that we have, every kid want to feel like he's a rich kid or she's a rich kid. Ni yeye tu anasema,
Yes. Wow.
So if they don't have that guardian who is caring about them in the right way, as a parent should do,
yes,
you'll find that those kids are there outside. Even right now, you'll find them, if they're in the university, you'll find them in the clubs. Yes, because they have money. What are you going to tell them? It's their mother's money. Exactly. You don't have anything to say.
Yes.
Na ukimuuliza, in fact they will ask you, is it your money or our mother's money?
Wow. That is so sad. And thank you for that
Yeah.
advice. So let's go back to our topic. We were talking about prisoners and your ministry in the prison, but I'm so happy that you are able to tie drug abuse into being in prison. So it seems like chances are if you're doing drugs, you're going to end up in prison. I think it's almost certain.
Yeah.
Is that a correct statement, that if you're doing drug, it's almost certain that you're going to end up in prison?
Yeah. Friday, I happened to meet a guy, and he gave me the testimony, because
Yes.
I told you that I do like this is we call it private visitation.
Yes.
That session,
Yes.
I met 3 to 4 prisons. Those who are like they are roast. We call them roastees,
Yes.
and they'll come to me. We sit one on one,
Yes.
and they'll open up.
Mm-hmm.
If they did the crime or not, that is not my business, but I want them to open up to me. Even if they were in crime, what is the influence? What made them to be in that crime?
Yes.
And in the most cases, you find it's the power of poverty.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah, the
there's
power of poverty, and also that disinfection law in the family, and
Okay.
even long parenting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you trust somebody else with your kids, either you are here or abroad.
So, Joyce, I don't want us to just brush through these causes. So you talked about poverty being another reason why.
Yeah.
Is it why they end up in drug abuse or in prison?
Yeah, because
Poverty.
they start like
Or both.
they are used by the cartels.
Mm-hmm.
Now right now I have a group of youths. They always tell me like wanawaita mapedra. You know, they go to the pedras and they take a certain portion of bangi or a certain portion of cocaine, and they'll tell you, if you go and sell this, you'll
Yes.
bring this kind of money, and the only money that you take, it's only money for food, because that is what you want.
Okay. So now I've seen how
So you'll find that-
the poverty
Yes.
is causing
Yeah.
someone to go do drugs, because maybe all they want is
Yes.
to be able to buy food. And
Yes, to
again,
buy
now they
food.
start the drugs, and the drugs will lead them to prison, which keeps you in that cycle.
Yes, because you see now the pedras are not arrested, but the culprits are the ones who are arrested. Those who are at the market.
Wow.
Because you see, when the pedra is arrested,
Yes.
the main person is arrested. He
Yes.
has money. He will any fine that they will say that, like the case will go on, and they'll give her maybe a 400,000, 1 million fine. This person will be able to pay it. But
Yes.
this boy or this girl, you know, maybe he is arrested with 5 sticks of bangi, and when they will go to prison, they
Yes.
have to be given a board of like 50,000. And you see now the mother or the family, they can't raise the 50,000. So that person, if she or he is 20 years, atafungwa na atafungwa like crime imprisonment. Akijetetea unapata anafungwa like 30 years.
Joyce,
So you can imagine somebody who is 20 years and now in jail for 30 years.
that is a very, very sad situation, and that's why I would advise, me as a person who does mentoring, guys, youth, do not get into drugs. If you want trouble in your life, get into drugs. But I would strongly advise, avoid drugs as much as possible. Joyce, I would like to cover another area about peer pressure. Peer pressure, and how it can get somebody to get into drugs and eventually into prison. Your friends.
Yeah, because right now about peer pressure, you can see like we have the two kind of people in this country. We have the rich people and we have the poor people. You know?
Yes.
Then your child is in a certain high school, and the friends are from the other side. They are living well. They are living lavish life. They have everything that you want. So they will like to influence others to test what their life is. Even the other children, they will admire to go like, our total, they are carrying this kind of birthday or this and that, those kind of parties. And when they are invited there, they will definitely test what is in there.
Yes.
That's also another thing. And then I have come to find that like if you're the rich kids, their families and their children, they have something else, like they are doing other evil businesses. They like also to bring the poor kids for them to do the business together with them, because they will use them.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, they will not use their kids. They will use the poor people's kids.
Yes. Now, and also I know in Kenya, when you find yourself in prison, there are people who get out because you are able to pay your way out. And now the reason I'm saying that, if the rich people are using the poor people, or the rich kids are using the poor kids, the rich kid may not end up in prison because their parents will bail them out. So don't
they'll bail them out. Definitely they bail them out.
Yes.
Right now, Angaria, look here.
Yes.
This is a list. Those are the prisoners. About 80 of them.
Okay.
I met them on Friday. And these guys here, they told me most of them, their cases are like lost cases.
Okay.
Nobody is following anything about them because they don't have they are not able to hire a lawyer.
Have they been found guilty?
Yeah, but you see now about writing the petition, about writing the ground, about doing everything that is done in court, it's about money.
Okay.
So you find like you are in a defilement case, and this defilement case, it didn't have anything like it don't have anything that is attacked like it's true. But because you do not have money and ulishindwa kujitetea, so you find yourself in jail. I found one of them there, a very old man, about 65 years of age, and this man told me like he was from Meru, and he is in prison for the last 20 years, and he is in life imprisonment because of 20,000.
20,000. Life in prison for 20,000.
Yeah. You know, the case was robbery with violence, but he was not in that case.
Okay.
He was arrested with others as a group, but the others were able to bail out, but he was left.
Wow. That
so yeye ndiye alibeba mzigo. So you can imagine that guy, how he is with anger. He's suffering for nothing that he did.
In fact,
and for sure,
so
that guy told me,
I find it so sad, especially for people who are in prison for crimes that they never did. But because...
That's why I go to prison.
You're just there.
These are the people that make me to go to prison.
Yes.
Those did not do... like on Friday, I was talking to one of the officers who is a welfare officer. And I was trying to ask so many questions about how do they do with those people that they did not do any crime, but they are in jail.
They're in jail.
And that guy was trying to explain to me that it's so hard to make that person to live there. And he is an officer, somebody who is learned, who is trained, but he was telling me it's so hard to handle that person.
Okay.
Because now that person, he did not do that crime, and he's very sure that he did not do that crime. And now here, he has entered the prison for a life imprisonment. That person has he has something that he was doing outside there. He has a family. He has the children. Like maybe we say like is a teacher, and
Yes.
you know teacher here they are not paid that well,
Yes.
and maybe because of kisirani you find like this teacher has a case of defilement, and
Yes.
then this teacher is telling you, me I did not do this defilement, hii ilikuwa sababu huyu mwanamke alikuwa ananitaka.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think that happens. There are women who actually will set up a man. So women, men also
Yeah.
have to be careful anyway. Be smart.
Yeah, they must be
don't-
very very careful.
Mhm.
And I even always tell them and caution them, don't
Yes.
just engage yourself with with women in your house or this and that. Even when you are living in a plot, just
Yes.
be very very much careful, even with the kids.
Yes.
Because here in Kenya, most people they'll see like you are living so well, and they are languishing in some kind of poverty, and they'll think that you bear that burden for them. Yani wewe ndio unafanya wateseke because
Okay.
you are working, you are doing well, and you are living a very good life.
Mhm.
Yani you are not running hungry like them, you are not suffering like them. So you'll find like I have so many cases like women, they just call you in their house and they tell you, fix for me this tap, fix for me this bulb, and blah blah blah, and at the end of the day anapiga nduru,
Oh, that is sad. That is sad.
and you are innocent.
Mm-hmm. So
And
Joyce,
you know about that case,
yes.
you will go to remand like 2 to 3 years until the case is mentioned at the court. So you'll have to suffer.
Yes. So men, you have had, that those situations. Be careful with women. You can find yourself in prison.
Yes, even in their cars. I have a friend of mine, and he's a pastor, and he just gave a lift to a woman, just like he thought that the woman has a problem, just around this way, around here where I live. And I'm telling you, my dear Josephine,
Yes.
this man suffered a lot.
Yes.
Imagine watu walikuwa wanataka kuua huyu mwanaume, cause when the women raised their voice and said that alikuwa anataka kunishika, blah 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 blah,
Yes.
the bank came and they wanted to write off the car.
Wow.
So
Just
you can
let's-
imagine walienda mpaka police station,
Yes.
and isipokuwa this man had money, you can imagine how he had suffered.
So you had sent me a few pictures from prison, or from your visits to the prison. Maybe I can show a few of them and you can talk about it. Let me see, making sure
Yeah.
I don't lose your audio or anything. Let's say like this one. Could you talk about this one?
Yeah.
And yeah, where
Okay,
were you?
about this,
Joyce.
about this picture, these are women in prison.
Mhm.
I will not mention the prison they are,
Yes.
but they are there with their children.
Uh-huh.
We do program of giving them milk,
Yeah.
because in prison you will not find milk, so it's our duty to give them milk as well wishers.
Joyce, this
And
picture,
then-
this picture really breaks my heart to see children.
Yeah,
So
that's how life it is.
so could you explain a bit more? So what happens if you go to jail and you have children?
Maybe you are
Are these children
maybe you
visiting?
are pregnant when you are arrested.
Okay.
Maybe you are pregnant
Mm-hmm.
and you gave birth into prison. Maybe your kid was infant, yani she or he was a little kid, and like maybe 1 or 2 months or 3 months or 1 year, and you don't have somebody to live with.
Yes.
The government allows you to go with your children and to accommodate your child to prison. And you may, and I think you have you have an idea the prisons we are talking about.
What kind?
It's not a very safe condition for the children,
So now if you accommodate a
Then
child.
after 4 years,
Mhm.
after 4 years, the child will be released. Maybe you are in prison for 10 years. Maybe you are in prison for 5 years. The child will be released at the 4th year.
So
Where
Joyce,
will this child go?
Joyce, can you still hear me?
Mhm.
So if you accommodate
Yes, I can hear you.
a child in prison, are they gonna share a bed with you, or they are beds for children? for your child? Like
No, there
babies?
is a hall for children, you know.
A hall. Okay.
They see them in the morning and in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
They are
What-
those officers who take care of the children.
What about like the infants? Like I can see some of them are breastfeeding age. What happens to those?
Yeah, there is time that you are given.
Mm-hmm. To breastfeed.
Yes,
to nurse
because
your
you
baby?
remember that you are you remember that the mother is in prison, is behind bars.
Yes.
So there is room for the breastfeeding mothers, and they know their time to breastfeed. That they breastfeed their children.
Okay. Let me show you another.
And still you know that unajua jera haziangalii kama we uko na mtoto ama hauna.
Mm. If you are guilty, you are
You
guilty.
are jailed and you are there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you are there, so it's not their business to know how you will breastfeed your children, what you'll do. That is not their business.
Yes. Okay, let me show another picture.
And the problem is,
Okay.
yeah,
And yeah, I brought another picture. Here's another picture. What is happening here?
okay.
It-
Okay, these are the children these are the youths that I am mentoring
Okay.
about drugs and substance abuse. These are under rehabilitation right now.
Okay.
They are taking methadone. I don't know whether you know methadone. That's the withdrawal of opioids.
Okay.
Yes, but they are the scorers. Now you find that we have a clinic around where I stay,
Okay.
and they go there to take this kind of this methadone to withdraw the opioids from the heroin and the cocaine.
Okay.
But the same people, because of we call them what, that urge of heroin and that urge of being drunkard and being into drugs. They are like they want to use bangi, they want to use the jet fuel, and they want to use the whatever, the glue. So that's where I came in, because I asked the officers there, like, now it's good you are helping these children to forget about and to withdraw about the heroin and the cocaine, but they are still into drugs.
Okay.
So
Okay,
that's where I came in as a mother and try to take care of them. So many are living in the streets. Ukiwaona hivyo wengi wanalala barabarani, hata sahii wako kwa mitaro. And I have taken few of them. I have rented houses for them. Those who are willing to change and to start a new life. And
Yeah.
most of them, you know, they snatch people's phone. They go steal because they are hungry. They want this and that. So utawapata wengi wako na a lot of maarama kwa kichwa. They were beaten by the mob justice. Yani,
Yes.
they don't have good life at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Now let me show you another one. Here, what's going on here?
Yeah. This is Muranga prison. I'm giving word of encouragement to the prisoners. That day I visited them. I gave them tissue and bar soaps and toothbrush and all these stuffs.
I see a lot of very young people. Very young people.
Yeah. You
We
see,
talk
those who are in zebra clothes, like those striped clothes, those now they are already in jail.
Wow. Okay.
But those who are in our civilian, those who are in civilian clothes, they are in remand.
Okay.
They have not yet been judged. So they are remandees. We call them remandees.
Okay,
And in the other, where I'm standing, the other side, there is a block that is called for the capital remandees. So
Okay.
you'll find they are like these are like 850 in one prison.
That's a lot.
So you can imagine.
Let me show
And
you.
you can see their ages, like they are from 20 to 40 years.
That is very young. Is that what's the youngest that you can
And-
be in these jails? Is there like a age
Oh,
limit?
the youngest is even from 13 years.
Really? Do they have?
Yes,
like,
I have one of the sons. He was 12 years when he was arrested.
Mm.
And he was not taken into juvenile because he had a very serious case.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was being used by other robbers to
Yes.
carry their buduki, to carry their guns, and to do all this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll find that now those who are in juvenile,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have those bad crimes.
Uh-huh.
Wako tu na crimes dogo dogo, but there are those who are in maximum prison, those who are in medium prisons. You'll find even they are there for 15 years, yani 15 years of age.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me show you another one. There. What's going on there?
Okay. And you can see also we have this man here is very old,
Yes.
and the other one there, I always visit them. I give them socks because they are suffering from arthritis
Mm-hmm.
because of the cold in prisons, in those chambers.
Mm-hmm.
They are too much cold.
Yes.
And this we do the discipleship class.
Mm-hmm.
And we baptize them because most of them, they did not know. They were brought up with parents. I don't know. They did not know anything about God or anything about churches or anything about Jesus.
Yes.
So their spiritual life is as poor as it is.
Okay.
So this was a session of discipleship and baptism.
Wow. Thanks, Joyce. Thanks for talking about those photos. I would really like you now more to talk about your prison ministry and more about what you do with the people in there. How is your schedule like?
Okay, my schedule life in prison is like it's only Mondays that I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
But like you see now Tuesdays,
Yes.
like Tuesday I'll go to Muranga prison.
Yes.
By 8 o'clock I'll be there to mentor women who are there. I have 85
Yes.
in that prison.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Yes. Yes. I can hear you.
you are hearing me?
Yeah.
On Tuesday I'll go to Muranga prison because
Okay.
this week that we are starting,
Mm-hmm.
it's Women's Day.
Okay.
We are celebrating Women's Day.
Uh-huh.
So we have too much of mentorship. Like now on Tuesday I'll go to Muranga prison.
Yes.
There is 2 prisons in Muranga, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So on Tuesday I'll be going to Muranga prison.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the morning session I'll do with them like 2 hours. Then after that I'll come back and go to this General Heart Foundation. This is the drugs and substance abuse. I have some clothes that I want to give to them.
Okay.
This is what I'll be doing in the afternoon.
Okay.
And if I'll get somebody to buy for me unga and to buy for me some food, we cook with them where they are, and they eat together with me. So
Oh, okay.
I am just there to show them love and to show them there is somebody who is caring for them. And
Yeah.
this has been helping us so much.
Mhm.
Like they know there is another life. Like they see another life in another perspective.
So could you explain to us a typical visit? Let's go. Let's say, okay, Joyce has come to Mulanga prison. What happens? What's a typical visit like for you?
Okay, like now that one I'll go on Tuesday. I'll have a session to talk to the women and to
Okay.
encourage them
Yes.
spiritually, physically, and mentally.
Okay. So you
And
talk to.
also I give them gifts. Like if I'll find somebody to sponsor me with the sanitary pads, with the soap, with the tissue, with panties, with rubbers, because in jail they wear rubber shoes,
Okay.
the black ones,
Mhm. Do they give them?
and the
or
sandals.
are they given?
Yeah, I give them.
You give them, but
No,
are they
we
given
take to them.
Mhm.
No, me when I take them there, they'll be given because they, they'll see me. I brought them. Then we are there with them, so
Yes.
they'll pick from the officers.
Okay. So normally,
Yeah, because there is a.
if you come, when I suppose they are given uniform, are you saying shoes is not part of that uniform? They are given All it's
No, 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 no.
So if you don't have the
When
rubber
in
shoes,
Kenya, when you are arrested, you yes, they do rubber shoes, and in men prison we give them those like sandals, like mafrota. I know you know those kind of shoes.
yeah, yeah.
Like the if you look at them, you will see that they are wearing like some sandals, like sandals.
You can say their Kikuyu name or their Swahili name. What are they called? Are they
Mafrota.
Mafrota? Oh, okay. Are they the
Yes.
ones made of tiles or tile or?
No, they are made of plastic.
Oh, okay, okay, I see. All right.
So I give them even socks because right now when there is cold season, you'll find many of them they are sick
Yes.
because of the hakuna mattress. Most of the prisons mattress hakuna. Though other prisons they have, but others they don't have.
Okay. So Joyce, you have talked a lot. I think I've heard more about young men in prison. And especially because they go there mostly because of drugs. But what about women, like young girls specifically? Could you address
Even
this?
okay, right now I have an institution. It's called Kamai Bosto Institution, and also this is a juvenile that is holding. They are the girls that they are there are from 17 years old to 21 years old.
Okay.
And they are in they are rehabilitated there for 3 good years. So our work is to find sponsorship for those girls. For somebody like you, maybe you like to have one girl, you take her to school, you cater for everything.
Okay.
This is what we are looking for.
Okay.
Because most of them, they are brought up by their grandparents, they are from the poor background, and they found themselves into crimes, like they steal.
Oh.
Like
okay.
now I have girls who, they are in prison because they stole some clothes. You can imagine from the Rhine, yani guo, kaga guo, wakora, wameiba, unaona.
They saw because they
and
don't
because
have...
they don't have anything to do, unawapata wamefungwa. Others, they fight.
Yes.
You know, fight.
Yes.
Huwa wanawekwa huko. Yes.
Okay.
And others, they are used also by other cartels about carrying the changa, carrying the bangi, all these things. And others, children, they find themselves into crime with their mothers and their fathers. Like tuseme nyumba inapikwa changa, na huyu mtoto ndiye anatumika kusafirisha.
Okay.
Ama baba yake anafunga bangi. You know that kind of thing, you know.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
Yes.
They roll it and then they'll give this child like 10 of them apereke mahari. So when the police will come, they will arrest all of them. So where will be the child be taken? The child will be taken to juvenile, and the parent will be taken to the prison, the specific prison, like men prison and women prison.
Wow. So so I can see how this can be a problem for the whole family, you know?
Yeah.
Now, how does such a family come out of this kind of a situation? And by the way, do you have...
That's why we preach to we preach to them. We bring counselors, we bring mentorship into prison. We bring other people who will try to talk to them and mentor them and help them to come out of that bondage. But me to myself, I always say that life is more spiritual. That is in it, but life is more spiritual than it is in the physical. So I think this is a spiritual battle, and we will not fight this spiritual battle in the physical. So that's where I always come in. Right, we break those bondages and those patterns of those families.
Okay. So the ways in which you are, okay, so there are rehabilitation centers, there are juvenile sisters. So do in the juvie or juvenile centers, are there
juvenile?
Yeah, are there practical ways of really helping these kids, like teaching them a skill?
Yeah.
Or are they Or what
Yes,
happens
there are
there?
skills in juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is formal and informal education. The
Okay.
problem is the facilities. You know, right
Mm-hmm.
now,
Mm-hmm.
there in Kamae, we are looking for somebody to give us machines
Mm-hmm.
for that machine. The sewing machines.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody will donate us the sewing machine, the
Mm-hmm.
broad rice, and all these facilities for the hairdressers and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because many of those children that you see in the juveniles, they are
Mm-hmm.
not in school. They have never been in school.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm telling you, we are looking for the facilitators,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's hard for us to look for schools.
Yes.
Because when you go to a certain school and you say you want to sponsor this child, he has been in prison for the last 3 years. Now mwalimu ataanza kuona like this one will come and create chaos in school.
Plus, they will be also
Or
be behind.
nimwizi, you know.
They also be behind in
Yeah.
their school. You know, maybe they have
Yeah.
missed some basic skills. You know, maths, English, what? Because they have lost several years of schooling.
That's why we are asking for well wishers to facilitate us and to help us to make this work in prisons, in the juveniles, because in the juveniles they are there and they are doing everything. They are teachers who are trained by the government.
Okay.
But now the problem is,
yes,
like the formal and informal education, you like the last time I was in Kamai Girls, the superintendent in charge asked me to look for the books. If I find somebody who will buy the books for the girls, it will be of help.
So
also, like when I was in Mombasa,
I'll give you a chance to talk about maybe the specific items that people can donate. You know, practically, you tell us, you know, a sewing machine goes for this much. If you want to donate a pad, maybe, you know, if you donate this much.
No, we need computer. Yeah. Also, they need computers. They need computers because they must learn about the technology. And then just the other day, they introduced the current system of education, the CBC.
Because I'm telling you, very familiar with that system.
So many
system. I need to catch up with that system. Why do they keep changing? Let me not ask. That's a topic for another day.
Oh, for me, I don't know, because now this is what we are told to do.
Yeah, sounds a bit confusing.
So now, like the last month, I received a call from the Boston juvenile institution from Mombasa, and the sergeant asked me if I'll get the dryers, you know, those hair dryers and those everything for salon.
Now,
and they are in need.
You know why, especially people in diaspora here, there isn't much corruption as in Kenya. It's like Kenya, you know, it's almost like corruption is everywhere, and people are sometimes worried that when they donate things, they may not end up doing the purpose for which they are donated for. How like if you donate to the juvenile facility, how do you know that it's not gonna end up in the wrong pocket?
Once you trust one, like now, I am here.
Yes.
When somebody will trust me, even with only soap, I always make sure that this soap reaches to the place that is supposed to be, and I take a picture and I gave it to those people, and then I'll send the picture back to you immediately. I'll be there with the camera, so you must see that your things are in the right place.
Okay.
Also, like last time, like when we received the machines in Muranga prison, you'll see like there are pictures on social media. There are pictures everywhere. Like they will say that so and so from the US, from where they donated this machine. That those machines were brought with another program that is, I think, Bright Future, something or like that. And I saw it when I was just seated here. Okay. And I called the chaplain and I asked the chaplain, hey, na mmepata machine? Akaniambia, kuna mtu ametudonetia machine 3 za kushona.
Oh, that's awesome. So, let me talk to people here a little bit, Joyce, and don't go away. So again, guys, I'm talking to Joyce. Joyce works in prisons, and she goes around and helps the people in prison. And as you heard her say, there's even children who have to be there with their mothers, and people who also have ended up there for no, maybe they have not done any crime, but they don't have money to defend themselves. So it's a very sad situation, and I would encourage you, if you would like to stand with Joyce, I'll bring her here so she can tell us how we can support her. Joyce, let me bring you back, and I'll just bring you for a minute alone so you can talk more uninterruptedly about your mission and ask people for the support directly. Let me do that. Joyce, you're back, Joyce? Yes. So I want you to talk to people directly and tell them how they can support you. Yeah, talk more directly about the ministry and let people know how they can support you. I'm displaying your number there. I don't know if that's your M-Pesa. Yeah,
it's the M-Pesa number.
Mm-hmm. But
that's
again,
what I use even in my posters and everywhere I go. That
Yes.
is my number. And because I'm the one who is having the permit. I am the permit holder, especially in prisons. So prison trust me much because I think also in the this time of we are going to Easter, they always call me and ask me about to give them unga, like the flour and also the cooking oil for them to celebrate like Easter and the Christmas. And also in prisons, we have so irritated. Like Friday, somebody asked me if I'll be able to pay the operation for him, but I was not able to pay that operation. So sometimes I find it very hard because of the finances. I don't have I don't have a body. I don't have partners who supports me to be able to change their lives or to be able to bail them out. Because also I've so many people who are in prison and they were arrested when they were working, and for like 3 to 6 months they will be in prison. That person would like to have to be bailed out only for the cash bill of maybe fine of 10,000, fine of 5,000, and you'll find that person is languishing in jail. So this is the problem. We have a financial problem. Also, those children that are in juvenile, we also need somebody to facilitate them with the books and the sewing machine and the blow dryers and the shoes. This is the problem that we have. You'll find them, they are walking barefooted. They don't have shoes. So you'll find it so hard for me to get shoes. Right now, I'll be going to committee juvenile that is called YCTC. If you Google there, you'll see YCTC. There are 200 boys who are in prison there, and they need a lot of help from the well-wishers for them to be able to run, because in Kenyan prison they have given them the formal and informal education. So for the informal education and the formal education, we need books and we need to be facilitated with computers and laptops. We need them as much as as quick as we can. We need them for these children to be able to run, because as I was saying earlier before, there is a big problem for a child who has been in prison and is now at like in grade 8, and he want to continue to further education like from form 1 and to continue studying, and they are not finding a stable school to study. So it's good for us to facilitate them when they are still there into prison, right? There will be, and also the government will give them the papers that will not show that they were in jail. So that person at the end of their life, he will be working and he'll be having his or her own education. These are the problems that we are facing day to day, night. And we have so many people in prison. In Kenya, those who are judged and found guilty and are in prison, they are 65,000 plus. That is men prison. And you'll find in women, we have almost 50,000 or 45. So you can imagine that number. And those are the ones who are judged. And there are others who are in remand. I thought I sent a picture of remandees to Josephine. And when I was in the industrial area prison, that is the biggest remand, when I was there, I found like 900 plus men, youths are there. They don't have anyone to work out for them. They don't have anyone to follow their cases because of poverty. They have nothing. So this is a problem that we are facing. And sometimes I face a lot of challenges because when they send me to their families, I am not able to reach there because I'm not financially stable, as the poverty in their family demands a lot more than I have. That is the problem that I'm facing day-to-day life. And as I said earlier, on Tuesday I'll be going to Muranga prison, where we have like 80 women who are in prison. And also these women need like 3 machines or 4 machines, like sewing machine, because they have courses, like there is an industry there, they take courses there, and at the end of the day, when they finish their term in jail, they come out, they'll have their course that will continue doing at the end of the time.
Oh, wow.
So thank you.
No, thank you, Joyce. That was very nice, and I hope people are following. And I know even after this live show, those still continue to watch. And I encourage them to help you so that you can continue helping these people, especially the youth. Because if we lose the youth, we lose our whole generation, right? So anyway, Joyce, let me also... Did you say that's your M-Pesa, the one we are displaying? I have the 719.
0719.
Yeah, 502-879. So
9.
Yes. People can send you help there. And
yeah,
as the mentor network, I'm going to send you something so that I can't ask people to help you to start with you if I also don't start with myself. So I'm just going to send you something little.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you something little so you can buy, I don't know, whatever you see fit. It's not a lot, but at least something little. Don't worry. Let's do that. This you'll confirm. This is from Mentor Network. You are Joyce. Joyce Muigai. Mungai.
Yeah.
Joyce, I'm so happy that you came to my show. And I didn't even know you're the one I met at, what's her name? She's
Jerry Muigai. Women of Courage. We work together with that woman.
You work together with her? Oh, that is nice.
Yes, we are doing a lot. Yeah. When you follow the sessions that we carry on prison, so most of the times we are working with her in women prisons. Yeah.
Oh, that is nice. I came there and I met a lot of people, and you are one of them, and I'm so grateful that you followed up. I'm also trying to do something like now, reaching out to people like you so you can be able to give your stories, and consecutively, people hear that and people are able to help where they can, right? This life is about helping each other.
It's okay. Let me tell you one thing. The small bar soap,
yes.
Kile kipande tulikuwa tunakata ya sabuni. It's like gold in prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I can imagine even girls, the pads, right? Something basic.
You can imagine you can imagine right now, a woman like me or you are arrested on Friday, and you'll be taken to court on Monday, and you are on your menses. You can imagine.
It's like they would need that urgently. So You might
Yeah.
think you are giving something little, but even if it's $5, $10, 100 shillings, 50 shillings, it will help somebody buy a bar soap, you know, a girl buy a pad, a mother buy some milk for their child. You can see we were showing that there are mothers who have their children with them in there. It's so desperate. So let's share, guys. Let's share. Joyce, could you confirm that you received something from Mentor Network on your phone? Or is it the same phone we are using for the live? If it's the same one, don't worry. And I don't even know if you're still with me, because I see like you froze. But otherwise, even if you if you're no longer there, it's okay, because we had mostly talked about what we had to talk about. So that was Joyce. She works with prisoners. She goes to different prisons in Kenya. She has a license to do that. I learned today you can not just anybody can go to the prison to the prisons. You have to be licensed. And there are so many needy people. There are young men, women, children, youth, girls, boys. So let's help where we can. And Joyce also helps rehabilitate the youth, mentor the youth, and talk to them about how they can avoid this situation, because I think prison is one of the things that can really, really mess up your life. So if at all possible, avoid being in a situation like the ones we talked about that could land you in jail. And we talked about drugs being one of the major factors that can really land you in jail. We didn't say it's the only one, but one of the factors. Before I leave, I would like to thank all of you that joined me and Joyce. It was a pleasure. I'm so happy. Thank you, all of you who always stand with me. I know today is Sunday and it was challenging for a lot of you to join me, but I know you'll still come and watch this live. And before I go, I'll play for you one of my songs. I know you don't know that I sing, but you will be one of the first ones. Actually, this song is not quite released, so it's a treat for you, my listeners, you, my followers. So here goes, and I'll be talking to you later. I'll be with you through the week. nĩũkũrathimwo.